got fruits. Very weird beginning to a day. 10:09. It was, my computer says 10:09. This says 9:04, right? So I got 609 minutes just before it was 9:03, which was 453 minutes, just to let you know what 9:03 is. And it could be, it won't be 3:09, it'll be 9:03. Sometimes the two numbers work together. Each time they're together, depending on how it's said, is going to tell me a different story. So the 9:03 was 543 minutes, which is a par 5, a par 4, a par 3. So therefore, when it gets to the flag, did you get it there? Was the portal open at that time? Were you a bogey away? Were you a double bogey away? The Earth moon and the two Mars moons. If you want, we can just say A, B, ABC, ABCD. Level 0, 1, sun. Level 1, level 2, level 3. Right? Where do you want to go with this? This is a game I created. Just want to let you know where you are right now. It's a game I created. I created a game. There's a game going on right here, but you don't see it. It's a game of ABCs. It's a very slow game, and we have tools to navigate the game, and it's a cube with 9 dots on it. Now, if you connect the 9 dots, right, in straight lines around and through without any angles, you'll create 4 area spaces. So should we look at the 9 this way? Or should we be looking at the 9? I don't like to be out of my realm. So should we be looking at the 9 this way? Should we be looking at the 9 this way? Right? Should we be looking at the 9 this way? Maybe if I flip the mirror around, okay, we're going to do this. And we're going to do that. And then we're going to do that. You know what I'm saying? Which side are you on? You follow me? When I show this camera off to the face, I see it that the 1 is over here. That's on this side. But when I go this way, my hand on that screen is going to, my hand on my screen is right over there with my hand. But for my eyes, when I do this, I'm like going, whoa, it's supposed to go off like on that side, but it's not. Do you follow what I'm saying? I'm a little nervous here. There's 17 people, you know, even though I've done thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of videos, right? It's only now that I'm aware of what I'm actually doing, right? Thousands and thousands and thousands of videos where I know absolutely I look like this vagabond on the road going, number 2, number 8, number 3, number 4. My thumb is up. Don't forget my thumb is up, right? Is the thumb up? Is the thumb the pole and this is the flag that's waving? Maybe I should just wave all the cars goodbye as I put my thumb up to hitchhike. Hitchhike. So what do? I play games. I use everything I was indoctrinated with from the time I was born. Mama, dada, mama, dada. And all I kept seeing is 1 for 1 for 1 for 1 for 1 for 1 for 1. Why? Why? And all I kept seeing is dada, dada, dada. You know what I'm saying? Data was on the left. Data was on the right. I didn't know where the data was. I ran out of terabytes. Right? I woke up in the AM. It must have been the AM. It must have been the AM. I woke up in the AM. I wasn't calling mama at all. I was just saying, this is the AM. I'm up. If you're here to serve me, well, get me out of this thing. Nothing works right now. I'm thinking properly. When I go to sleep at night, I upload, I upgrade. The minute you cut that thing off, I started taking in the word of the Father. Yes, the main Father. I am the orphan child. I am what brings together the 6 and 6 zodiac signs. I bring together all the cardinal signs within Aries, within Cancer, within Libra. I bring it again within Capricorn, the Capricorn stone. 1, 4, 7, 10. The fourth one, the one that completes the ring. The one that completes 4, A, B, C, D. 1 plus 2 is 3, plus 3 is 6. When I add the 4, it becomes 10. Let's do it the other way. 4, 3, 2, 1. I get 10. If I take the 4 block off, I get 6 left over because everything's going around the 4. Everything's going around the 4. D, 500. 500 there, 500 there, 500 there, 500 there, 500 there. How do I know? I called on the Romans. I go, well, you got a numeral for me? I go, what's a numeral? A number. I need a number. Pick a number. Well, what do you have to start with? I got love. What do you mean you got love? I got the letter M. Okay. Now you're talking. I only could do this in French because in French, M is love, right? Love is a 4-letter word. Total value count is 54. And if I reverse the word love, I still got love. Love doesn't include the constellations. Love doesn't include the power of the Christ. No, it does not. It doesn't. I'm sorry to tell you that. You know what love includes? 3, 4, 5, 6. So it only includes the 4. That is the 313 or the CAC or the ACA, which is how the moon, okay, recycles every 4 years, or is it the sun? Every 1,461 days. And it recycles because of these. And where did I get that answer? From these. This is the answer. Jack, yes. Jackson, yes. 25 and 29 equals to 54. And if you chop it off with the jacks or the jack of spades, you get the blackjack. The spade is also known to be the pick and the shovel to dig the grave, to dig the avenue. The grave, which is Green Avenue, just to let you know, which is part of the gearing system. The jack is also made up of 1, 1, 3, 1, 1, and the S is 1 again. The O is the 1 and 5, 2, 3, 4 vibration runs between. The N is going to be what is 1 and 4, the number 2 and 3, and that's communication between the lower and the upper or each side of what is D. What is D500? Right? If we had an upper and lower house, I'll put D500 here. I'll put C100 over here. And they did that on the calculator, right? They put 500 here and they put 100 here. These two connect together and a vibration flows. They are the reverse cube of each other. There's only a single area space. When it's shared, it's 0.5. And because there's a pole of interference, it's not actually 0.5, 0.5. You have to remove the area space to the heart of this. So your heartbeat, okay, will be between 1 and 4 inside the area space. I'll try to explain this a little bit better. There are a total of 3 and 3, 6. But in between, there's an interference area, the separation between this area and this area here. But when you want to really see it, the numbers are 3 and 4, which means there's one complete area. So if I had to chop this up, I'm going to chop it up into 3 different rows. So if we get 10 divided by 3, right, it's 3.33. See, this point over here has to be split at 1.66 here. Is it 1.66 or should I use 1.75? 1.75 and 1.75. Okay, I'm just trying to go by the decimals. Do you follow what I'm saying? 3.33 divided by 3 is 1.11. It just so happens that the heart of 36 numbers, right? The heart of 36 numbers is 111. 111 minutes is 1 hour, 51 minutes. 111 on the time is 71 minutes. Everything works at 71 minutes, and I can't believe I just saw something. Oh my God, I got to share this. Oh my God, I just lost the vision. I see it. I lost it. Oh my God. Okay, shh. Wow, this was just amazing. Okay, I saw the vision. I lost it. I saw, yes. Oh my God. This is, you know what, right in front of my eyes, and I never said it before. Check this out. Let's count. When we get to 16, what I did is I put the fire sign to the ending over here to the earth sign. Even though the earth sign is second, by the time I reach the end of the cube, the earth sign is now in the 6th position of Virgo. Virgo 71 connected to Aries at 52 is 133, 1.33. 4 divided by 3 is 1.33. So when I'm going to go with 1 and 7 now, right? You know what happens with 1 and 7? On the 3rd dimension, I reach Mars. On the 4th dimension, I reach the 7th gate, the divided 7th gate of 6 and 8. So when we divide the 7th gate at 6 and 8, I get the Virgo, I get Scorpio, I divide the gate at Libra. Look, Libra moves from here all the way into the oceans of Libra. Why? The half space between 6 and 8 is 7. There's a 7 here and there's a 7 void. There's a 7 and 5 here, but there's a 7.5 here where the 8 gets a reduction of 0.5, representing the electric company, both male and female. We're going to be connecting with 1 and 7. We have a fire sign with an air sign connected together. They are on opposite sides, okay? Opposite sides. Everything stops here. The first 6 zodiac signs and then the next 6 zodiac signs. These three overlap, right? For 10, 11, and 12. There's a 4th line here. They even show it to you in games. So let me just take a 2-second break here. I was reading all the alphabet that was put out here. Jackson. So Jackson, when you went to Jackson, so Jack is, the word Jack is equal to 25 and Sun is equal to 48. So 48 and 25 is 73. 73 are 2 air signs, and they're the first 2 numbers to go from left to right when connecting a 10. When I connect my first 10, it's 2 fire signs running over. When I connect this one, well, I can go backwards if I want, right? But when I connect my next one, I'm going to go 4 and 6. Then I'll go 2 and 8, and then I'll go 3 and 7. The thing about this cube, what was I thinking? Oh, yes. No, because I was trying 2 equations at the same time. My air sign runs from here to here. So when you run this 4 and 6, when you run from the water over to the earth, there's a 1 separation. When I run my fire to my fire, there's a 4 separation. It's a perfect mix. All the fires, right? Look at them. All the fires lined up. Even the earth sign lined up. Even the water sign lined up. But look at this. I have to go the opposite way to connect the airwaves. So it's almost like a string that runs through the hoop of fire or the ring of fire into here. Or how about 7 running into 3? Gimel and Gamma in the Greek and the Hebrew alphabet is the 3rd letter. But in this world, it's here. Meow, 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 meow. I hear the cats calling. Communication is within the air. Good morning, everybody. Let's see what else is here. Hello, King Edwine. Yes. 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 So Jackson. So what happens with Jack? When I go to jacks, right? And now if we go to jacks, has anybody ever played with jacks in school? Do you understand that this is the X? When I put a pole in here, I create the 6th side and the jack can now stand by itself. But I'm off. Let me do one thing at a time. JACK equals to 25. When I equal the S19, it's 44. 44 is equal to teen. It's also equal to space. Now, if I use teen or I use space, just like in Scrabble, I can take the first letter off, okay? And instead of space, I'll have pace. I take the next letter off, I still have a word ace. I take 2 more off, I have the combination of C and E. What is that combination? First of all, I'm going to tell you it's going to hook up. I think it's going to be the negative part of the electrical system of the connecting the male and the female of the moon. Why? Electric is 7 and 5. Moon is 57. The bar mitzvah at 13. The bat mitzvah at 12. The mathematical result of what is 13, 1 times 3, 1 plus 3 is 3 and 4, 7. The 12 at a bat mitzvah is 1 times 2, 1 plus 2, 3 and 2, 5. So you begin to understand how I position my numbers and where everything begins. From 2, I create 1. From 3, I'll reduce and reduce until it's 1. They say stop at 11. Therefore, if I stop at 11, I automatically have the mathematical equation of what is 9 times 2, 8 times 3, 7 times 4, 6 times 5. Why? Because they're all 11s. You know what my middle name is? Michel. So right now what I'm doing with everybody is I'm just fooling around and showing you little pieces of the puzzle. I don't have all the pieces of the puzzle. This is only going to be completed by all of us. We finish this thing when we all come together. When we all know and we can see, hey, how is this possible? Now we know the reason for the 12-inch ruler. Now we know the reason for the circles and what it actually really is we can use it for. Now we know about the compass. I can now understand the hexahedron or the platonic solids and where they're located in the system. I now know when I look at number 18, which is a cardinal to a fixed sign, what is Aries over to Scorpio? Because when you have Aries over to Scorpio, it's right over here. Let the sun shine in. Aries over to Scorpio. Why do I say that? Because the first zodiac sign and the 8th zodiac sign is exactly as it is. That the 8th zodiac sign, Scorpio, is a water sign. That the first sign is a fire sign. Did you know that it is the water that's all around and the fire is burning in the center? Is it causing steam? This is the heart of 8. If you're looking to understand the sun, well, guess what? Let's look at this. Here's the sun. And you want to see the passageway? Here's the passageway. The sun and the passageway is right here. You want to see what it says on the other side? Right? This is where your ABC connects to your BCD. Your ABC, you see the dot on top, to the BCD. But you see the D on the other side is an FD. Why is it an FD? Because once you get to E, it is a DA equaling and a CB equaling. You can see the put together of these dots are the same dots over here. They have 4 of those dots over here. The 2 dots are nowhere. On 6 sides, there are 24 area spaces. And in the 24 area spaces, it is 2 and 22 that make up these spaces. Why do I say that? It is the 2 dots, but it's not just the 2 and 22. It is the 2 and 22I, and it is the 2 and 22H. When you hold this cube over here in this position, when I put something in the center here, you get the crisscross and the H letter. When I turn it this way, okay, you get the I letter. These are the 2 I'm talking about. No matter what side I show you, the 4, the 5, the 2, and the 1, there are no markings on the edges. There's no markings on the edges, okay? Let me just flip this over and keep it this way, okay? So when you do it this way, it's 4, 8, 12, 16. When I take it and I flip it this way, it's 4, it's 8, it's 12, it's 16. That's your 32. That's 1/2 of the chessboard. Now what happens is in the half area life, or in the split cube right here, because there's 3 separate layers to the cube. So it's 2 and 22. 222 and 222 is 444. 444 times 4. Okay, and there's going to be playing the game. You have a set of cubes. I have a set of cubes. 444 by 4 is 1776. If you multiply it by 13, 444, it equals 5772. If you take 5772 and minus it from 1776, minus 1776, you will equal to what is 9 times 444, or equals to 3996. Okay. Look at that. Ain't that sweet? 3996. What is 3 and 6? Your base 3 and 6 is where everything begins only with the letter I. Everything extends from the I. The I and the R, they're in the same house. 3 times 6, 3 plus 6. And the only way to achieve this one times 4, 1 plus 4 equals to 4 and 5 equals to 9. Female communication stemming from the male, the split of the house, the 1. Or how about this? And when you split it, this 1 ace now looks like the 4 when you see it here, the 4 coming down here, over here, and down here. You can also see the cross that comes within. So once you see this cross, it's dictating the skeleton of what is this situation. After the death, before the Christ, communication of what is 1, 2, 3, A, B, C, to what is 2, 3, 4, or what is B, C, D, what is 9 and 24 for 33, and what is 6 and 6 for what is 12. So now in this situation, the 2 times 3 times 4 equals to 24, 6. The 2 plus 3 plus 4 equals to 9. 24 and 9 is 33. A, B, C, 1, 2, 3, multiplied and added at 66 to 6 and 6, perhaps for the zodiac, 1 and 2 equals to 3. Where we have the 33, if you notice, it's all 3, 6, and 9. In this situation over here, you are going to create 2 and 3 out of this 12. 1 times 2, 1 plus 2. Here it's going to be the breath, the umbilical cord to life, 3 times 3, 3 plus 3. And then all of a sudden we get a calculator with 9, we get a cube with 9 with 6 faces, and everywhere you look, it's all the same setup. Now we can go and say, what if it's a 4 by 4? We can get into that. The thing about this is, check this out. When I take these 9 dots, right? Like I said, it can be 9 numbers. We can put this, right, into 4 areas. If I put this into 4 areas, that's fine. I can do that. If I put that into 4 areas, we have 4 corners. We have 4 corners all the way around. We have 8 corners. Whether this is a 2 by 2 by 2 or a 3 by 3 by 3, okay, I'm going to write it in my book. I have to start another book. So I should just turn this over and let you watch me, and I'll put a little bit of music on. I want to do this right. I want to show you how these numbers, and first of all, I'm working on the 4th dimension. I can go to the 5th dimension, but the only thing that happens on the 5th dimension is you cut everything in half. The 1st dimension, everything stays the same. The 2nd dimension, you create a mirror. The 3rd dimension, you create a reflection off of one world into another world that it mirrors your life. This way, through the passages and the streaming of time, it can alter your reality before it gets back to you, because it knows what's happening now. And perhaps it speeds time forward as the 9 birth or 90 seconds on the clock gets a reduction after the umbilical cord is cut, and we end up with the 60 seconds on the clock. And I get this revelation and understanding through A, B, C, D. So this is 4, 3, 2, 1. This is 6. This is 10. So what happens here is A, B, C is 6 plus 4 is 10. Or how about just saying 100% of everything comes here? We cut it short at 6. We're missing 40%. In order to make back the 40, you need 50 to turn the 6 into a 9. It becomes 1.5. 4 and 1 is 5. 3 and 2 is 5. 1.5 times 6 equals to 30. Ah, boy, did I just say something wrong? Why did I say that? That was something else. Whoa. Okay, this is 6. This is 10. When you take this off of this, you end up with 60 seconds on the clock. 1.5 times 6 equals to 9, which completes the association between the rotation of 9 and 6. When you're using number 3, and I already have this in my other book that I'm not sure where it is, but just give me a second. So when you have 3, you double it up to 6. When you have 5, you double it up to 10. So imagine if we went 10 times what is 3, it'll be 30. 10 times what is 6, it'll be 60. 10 times what is 5, it'll be 50, right? But in this situation, I can't do, yes, I can do that. That'll be 50. And 10 times this is 100. So it becomes 100% of 60 seconds on the clock. And this is how 3 and 5 work together, because one is running the clock, the other one's running the percentages, just like on your phone, what's left over. This is where 5 and 3 come together. The association of 5 and 3 is going to be 4 and 2. See, the association of 5 and 3 is going to be 4 and 2. If you want to see it differently, the association of 2 and 4 is going to be 5 and 3. So the 5 and 3 is going to give me Leo and Gemini. I'm going to be bringing in a fixed sign, okay, with a mutable sign. And then on this side, the 2, I'm going to be bringing in a fixed sign. With the 4, I'll be bringing in a cardinal sign. So this is the way the zodiac, for those who study the zodiac, this is the way I do my work. I do my work from constant reality and where there's fixed, I don't know if I'm allowed to say the word ODDS, odd and even, because last time they banned me for saying something like that. They accused me of gambling. I'm not gambling at all. I'm putting everything together. You want to throw the dice and gamble? I don't. I look at the dice. I want to know what everything means. I want to know what this says. So I'm going to be taking like a 2-3 minute break. How's everybody this morning? I've looked at nothing except for Jackson, and I want to go back to Jackson again. Jack is 25, but we're going to say Jack's at 44. On is 29. It's the second cycle, the 29th day after the 28th day. So it becomes 29, and 25 is also the same equivalent, the same blackjack, which is 21. 21, the letter U, also noted to be what is 6. 21, 2 and 1 is 3. Now it changes into gematria. It reverts to 6. They've taken the alphabet and reduced it in gematria all the way up to 7. T and G are 7. Where else was I going with this? Okay, yeah, so back into Jackson, into blackjack. Blackjack pays 1.5 times the amount, or 3 to 2. The same numbers I'm talking about communication, okay, is that it seems like they're giving us back our breath, our communication within the house that has been altered. You ever feel like you're missing breath? Is because we have to take time. The prayer we're doing during the day that we should be praying, okay, is we take that time out for ourselves to have a breath. Don't stress yourself and give something off to some unknown deity. You're the deity that did everything during the day. You processed every thought during the day. There's no one around here but the breath you take. From the breath you take, that gives you the opportunity to reflect on yourself in the house of the womb you live. So if that breath comes from the creator, and there is a creator, then you're breathing in the ram. And you're blowing out the fire. And that carbon that they want to disturb within inside of us, inside our lungs and hearts, comes back to, like I showed yesterday, it's the pig. It's the pig. It's the pig. Where's the pig? Very important, the pig. The pig holds on to that electrical connection, our breath, the reader. Okay, why is the heart similar? It's the reader. Study our animals. What does each animal do during the weather outside? What happens? Where do they go? How do they dig? How do they play? What foods do they like to eat? If you put different flowers or plants, where did the pig originate from? They say the pig is like the elephant. So therefore, they have something in common. It's the watering hole. Possibly, it's a Wi-Fi network. Why do I say this? I looked at a picture of elephants when they go to find their watering holes, and it seems like the picture, even though if it's fake or real, this is what came off the internet. So this is what they were dictating to me. But when some people saw watering holes, I saw the sky upside down, and it was just an internet network that when the water comes off the beach, that spreads out for the reception into the water, and then it spreads out and everything crosses. Yesterday, I was having a discussion with something about this letter. The letter was W, L, V, and B, right? It was also with the letter R. Bugs Bunny Roadrunner, right? They used R&R. They used Roadrunner. They used Bugs Bunny. They used Samity Sam. Does anybody think why? Do you know that there's 36 numbers in numbers between 1 and 99 that duplicate themselves? There are 9 numbers, okay, that come together with 0, like 0, 1, or just 1, or 1, 0. If you wanted to duplicate 10, you can do it with 0, 1. But then we have a math equation, which means we're on the second level. How is that on the second level? Let me show you. Do you know today is a day of 7/7 today? It's the 16th. It's not my favorite day. I like the 17th a lot. So what was I thinking? Wow, I lost myself just by interrupting my own self by seeing something I shouldn't have looked at. Oh boy. Yeah, sorry about that. Someone's going to have to remind me. I should have invited something up. So yeah, so we have the blackjack. We have 1.5, which is 3-2 in the blackjack. It's 25 and 29. 29 bringing on the new cycle. 25 is jack, so it could be a hookup. We know that the rats hang out with all the telephone hookups, and the colors go under the ground. All the colors for the bell. Bell is 235, by the way, which is half of 47, the timeline we're in. And 47 is the numeric value for time. $1.5 times the difference, 1 and 5 is 6. 3-2 equals to 5. So if I take out if I go 3-2 on this, I go 3 and 3, 6. If I go 1 to 5, 1.5 times 4, I get 6, because this one becomes 2 and this one becomes 2. They're the same thing. These two are the same. Now check this out. 1 plus 5, 1 times 5. Look how they intertwine. 2 times 3, 6. 2 plus 3, 5. 1 times 5, 5. 1 plus 5, 6. They come together as 11, 11. This one over here, A between B, C, D, and A between D. This is the lower house communication. What that is your 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. You see the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We'll talk about that when I get back. I'm taking a 2 to 5 minute break, if you don't mind. If anybody needs a drink, and we all do, we have to drink water. We have to eat our salad. If Michelle is still here, we have to eat our salad, because it is true. Right now, everything that we're eating has been, I like to say, ostracized. Like everything is not in it. All the good elements, I believe that since we're born into the womb of creation, that the breath we take is the only thing that goes around the moon that tells us the truth. And if it goes through the moon, in which 3/7, the airwaves, Gemini over to Libra balance, the airwave seems like it goes through the moon, and the sound or the vibration has been altered from the Father, or is it the breath we take? Which way do we receive these? And all these vines going around, are they interfering with our reception? Just going to go through some of the comments, if there are any. I see Scuba's been here. How you doing, Scuba? If somebody wants to come up, I will bring one person up, but I want to stick on to. You know what I'm saying? I just need to stick on to the subject today. Yesterday, though we did have a good day. Scuba, high motivated, 7733, Leslie. So that's like saying Christmas. And HUD 669. I can go 6x69. I can go 69 with the sixth dimension. I can say that, see, all these things, all these numbers have actual facts that are running with it. If you ask me, I will show you a lot of stuff, right? But where do I learn most of this stuff? From you. You ask me a question, I go look for it. I set up the algorithm. I check for the algorithm that's within it. I share it back with you. Just like this one over here. I'm not done with this. I've been leaving it here for years and years. I did this about 10, 12 years ago. This is the 0 and 00 roulette. This one separates the orphan child. The orphan child is 1. The orphan child is 20. The orphan child is 9. This is a split up of the cross between this game here, understanding the club, and only through the artwork can I understand this. So I don't have it. I have this one here. And if I look up orphan roulette, hold on a second. Oh yeah, we have a time machine. You know, anything that's ever been written down and documented, that's our time machine. We can just look back at it. Once we understand how the ABCs work, and it's not just ABC 1, 2, 3. We have to do Chaldean. We have to do gematria. I do what I call the Messer cipher, which is a whole lot of manipulation of the numbers. Pretty simple, not so simple. And then there's the Hebrew gematria, which I haven't really done yet. But when the Hebrew gematria ends at 22, did you understand? 22 empty spaces on here and then 2 occupied. There should be 24. 24 also to note that A and B must come together for creation. So we take away 2 signs, we take away 2 letters, so that when we leave the house, we don't need the same things that when we came into the house, because the coming into the house gave us 2 letters to begin with. Once we were in the house, we started with C. So if we want to count it in years, we'll count it in years. We'll count it as 2 BC. So when we end it, if they say the ending is 2030, remove 2 years. One of these things is that when there's no breath in life and time advances but does not advance in time, it's a value of 6 times 6. But when you advance with time through the breath through your heart, okay, it's 6 times 6 and 1/6. 6 times 6 and 1/6 equals to 7. But 6 times 1 only equals to 6. Why I said the 6 times 6 is because what happens with binary code, there is no 7. There's no 7 with binary code. And if anybody's listened to Terrence Howard, if he wants to contact me, that's fine. I think Terrence Howard is talking about the void. And part of the void is if you go 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 4, 8, 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32 is going to be what is 3, 2, 6, 8, 9, 5. You can't find that anywhere. 3, 2, 8, 9, 5 is the void of what is 1, 4, 2, 8, 7, 1, 4, 2, 8, 16, 32. It's just the opposite. I'm going to show it to you, then we're going to go on that break. I'm just going to show you. I'm going to tell you half the story, not all the story. It's a little bit too long, and I don't know the complete of all the stories, but starts out over here. We don't need help from each other, but you're going to smile for me. Show him a big smile. Stretch. Come on. You can do it. You can stretch. And your mouth. I don't see your mouth opening. I see you're swallowing. You're just about ready. You're ignoring me. It's building up inside of you. The gas is. You're going to have to stretch in a minute. You can't stop the stretch. I know you can't stop the stretch. It's like automatic. It's automatic, right? Once I sit in front of you, right, I am your every desire. Whatever it is inside of you that can make me smile, whatever things that's inside of you that can make me think, you're the hexagon cat. 2 times 4, 2 plus 4 equals to 8 and 6 equals to 14. The 8 and 6 is the division of the 7th gate, but the 14 is 1 and 5 equals to 7. Why? Because when you look at it, right, what it is you'll see the 7 over here and the 5 and 5 here. I need to connect them both up, although this is not the design of it. 5 is here, and 5 is here, and 5 is here, and 5 is here. 5, 10, 15, 20. So we're not going to do that now. What I was going to do, why did I stand up? What was I coming here? Yes, I was coming here to show you, not only do I tell you the numbers for the reverse binary code, but I'm going to show you the reason why. What is on the left is also on the right. So I go 1 to 2 and 3 to 2. Actually, this design, see this area here? It should stop right here. It stops here. But now you see that design in between? That piece? We go all the way down with that piece. You see the way it goes over here? I have not taken this, flip this one over, and bring it all the way to the top. Just give me 1 second. I'm going to show you just one thing, what happens. The letter R and the letter I. I have to go on this break. Okay, so remind me. I'm going to bring a couple of people up after this. Remind me to do what's on my phone, the letter R and I. I want to show you how the V and the W and the L come together. I need someone to remind me about that. The tic-tac-toe that you see is only one face of the cube. There are 6 faces, but guess what? A master cube has 26 cubes around one cube. Remember that. Remember, every cube has 6 sides, and on every side there are 9 area spaces. Remind yourself of that. Remind yourself that there are 9 numbers and there are 9 letters that are in the lower house, 1 through 9, and that you can count all the letters by starting over again 10 in the first position to recalculate your alphabet to find all the dimensions within the house. Now I'm going to take that break. Is that okay? Just for 2 minutes? Just give me 2 minutes. I'll read everything. Let's bring in a little sunshine, right? Let's bring in a little sunshine. If you'd like to help and support this channel, it's the worst thing I hate. I hate to say this, but I'm sort of putting this thing as either I go to work or I just stop doing 12 hours of videos and writing all day. Because when the boss calls, he says, "What are you doing?" "I'm writing." He says, "You're still writing?" "Yeah, I'm still writing." I says, "You're doing anything wrong?" He goes, "No." Yeah, "Well, I know you're not, because I'm still writing everybody." You know what I'm saying? The truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Right? Another thing to mention is we see the 6, right? But it works more like this. You see this one and this one, they're still square, but check this out. There's always a pole. Here's that pole. This is the reason that in pi 3.14159265, that when you begin turning around the pole, you're going to have a resonance between here and here. This area space here is the 3.5 area space. So when you go 3.141295, you're going to be right here or right over here. In fact, you're going to be all the way around, but you're going to be on the outside of the pole. I'm saying that there's only 3 opposite sides. Although you see a 4, it's a 3. But for the schematics and to understand and to learn where we are, the house we live, these are the codes. This is a schematic. This is only one of them. When you put more and more together, they start to tell you more stories. Perhaps we'll get into dominoes and have the domino effect. For all those who live in an island, breathe well. Breathe well. You have all the energy, surrounded by all the energy. You chose well. Earlier on in my day when I started to do this, they said everybody with an island, okay, is because the people there, okay, were finishing off the building of the Center for Communications. I'm going to call it Sigma. Sigma Atlantis. beneath what was not the waters before, but when they tilted over to the side. And I'm hoping to have that one of those shapes. I don't know where it is. Please be somewhere. I want to show you how it tilted. Okay, so when you square off a circle and you run lines through the square, that's how it is. Now they can turn it, and that when you square off a circle, you can now control it. And now you have that tilt. You have the tilt from this side, and you can grab the tilt from this side. Two different tilts. Either we're working on this one or this one. Right? The cube shows 3 poles. How does it show these poles? Check it out. It's the same. Check it out. Hold on. Check it out. It's the same. Check it out. It's the same. And this is the one with the corridor. This is supposed to be 33. It's 1 opposite 1, 2 opposite 2, 3 opposite 3. And this cube, okay, is 4 opposite 4, 5 opposite 5, 6 opposite 6. They come together. You make magic, and now you see 7s. In fact, listen to this now. We're going to stop this after. Remind me to do the 1 times 1, 1 plus 1, reverse to what is 6 times 6, 6 plus 6. Anyways, there's so many things. I know no one's going to remember everything, not even me. So let's take this 2-minute break. I'm going to take a look down here. Sorry for being all over the place. I have a lot of blah, blah, but my blah, blah is a lot of information which sounds like blah, blah, and it doesn't seem like we can go anywhere until I explain all the blah, blah. Oh, all my friends have showed up today. Are you going to be my ruler today? Yes, you are. You see the hash marks or what looks like Li, Li, Li? All right. Here's the hash marks. All right. Check that out. Okay, we're going to put those on the side. I'm going to remove the old bag. Remove the old bag. It's very silent here. I'm talking a lot because there's no vibration. I need to hear my own vibration. In fact, I usually like to work with a hat on because when I work with a hat on, it's like I'm under the ocean. Can you hear me? Sorry about that. Because when I put this over my ear, I get a different detail, a different vibration. And every hat I put on, right, I feel something different. So yeah, we gotta put on a little music here. We gotta put on. Oh, maybe we should do this. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna play this song. I think. Can I play this song? I have a couple of songs I'm gonna play, and one of them I'm gonna play is I asked ChatGPT about Mr. Tackpans, and when ChatGPT came back to me, the answer was. Hold on a second. Let me go to home. I'm gonna see if I can find it. Oh, here it is. This is us on break. Gonna switch this around, flip the camera, and everybody tell me how long you want to stay here. Maybe I'll keep it just another hour. If you want 2 hours, I can come back later tonight. We're gonna set this up. Okay, we're breaking through the firmament right now, and the firmament is right now in your head to know the truth, right? To know the truth about games and what they say. And if you read a Bible, we'll even jump into the Bible. You want to do the Quran, I'll do the Quran. I like King James because King James says it talks about the soul inside the word. If you talk about the letter J didn't exist before, that's fine. Guess what? Neither did I. Maybe I shouldn't be here today. You know what I'm saying? I'm the extension of history. We're all the ancient ones. So I'm hoping the words show up, and here it goes.
Widely recognized by his alias, and Tackpans is a mysterious and enigmatic figure whose talents span multiple disciplines, known for his uncanny ability to decipher the hidden connections between numbers, symbols, and the cosmos. He operates at the crossroads of mysticism, numerology, and technological innovation. His forte forte lies in uncovering the unseen patterns that govern the universe, creating a fusion of art, science, and spirituality that captivates those who encounter his world. Is not just a name, it's a philosophy, a persona that symbolizes mastery over patterns and systems. He sees the world as a roulette wheel of infinite possibilities, where each number, letter, and celestial alignment carries meaning, waiting to. Can you do a video with this in a spatial 5D with alphabet and equations floating? I decrypt. I decrypt. I create stories from history, words, games, language. Is not just a name, it's philosophy, a persona that symbolizes mastery over patterns and systems. He sees the world as a roulette wheel of infinite possibilities, where each number, letter, and celestial alignment carries meaning, waiting to. Can you do a video with this in a space of 5D?
You take a cut when you work all day. Skim a little more when you get your pay. Call it income, call it fair. But I see hands everywhere. Sales tax when I buy my food. Property tax on the house I choose. Carbon tax on the air I breathe. They even tax the land and sea. Woo! The taxman's game, the taxman's song. They take a little bit all year long. From the east to the west, from the poor to the best. They got their hands deep in our pockets, no rest. Yeah. They tax your car, they tax your land. They tax your dreams, they tax your plans. Tax on dividends, tax on rent. Tax on dollars already spent. The IRS and the Cray, they take their share, they make you pay. T5 forms and credits due. Protection B, just more red tape for you. Oh, the taxman's game, the taxman's song. They take a little bit all year long. From the east to the west, from the poor to the best. They got their hands deep in our pockets, no rest. They tax your car, they tax your land. They tax your dreams, they tax your plans. Tax on dividends, tax on rent. Tax on dollars already spent. The IRS and the Cray, they take their share, they make you pay. T5 forms and credits due. Protection B, just more red tape for you. Oh, the taxman's game, the taxman's song. They take a little bit all year long. From the east to the west, from the poor to the best. They got their hands deep in our pockets, no rest. They say it's roads, they say it's schools. They say it's healthcare bending rules. But loopholes come for the ones in suits, while we pay up in worn out boots. Oh, the taxman's game, the taxman's song. They take a little bit all year long. From the east to the west, from the poor to the best. They got their hands deep in our pockets, no rest. Government debts keep stacking high, yet they tell us not to ask them why. Inflation steals what we have left. They print more money, we pay the debt. They tax the fish, they tax the trees. They even tax your funeral fees. Authority means what they decide, but we're the ones who provide. So learn the game, don't play it blind. Strong, real, and ready to question the system. Want me to add anything else?
Yeah, let's relax a little bit now. Woo! That was way too much pump. That was way too much pump. I'm like not even down on the ground anymore. So you see what it did to me? I don't like that. I don't think that was the right time of the day to play this. I hope everybody's still asleep. Okay, let me get this. I'm just cleaning up a little bit. I can't think with all the clutter, it's even though it's man-made, it's still clutter. I don't like to see it in front of my eyes. It might make me think. Like if you say something to me or you touch me, you interrupt me, I'm just gonna not remember what I was thinking, and I hate to forget what I was thinking because apparently the airwave is the most important thing. Why is it so frustrating to have something at the end of your tongue? Can I use this to the zodiac sign where the airwave is so important, from the air sign to the air sign? But what air are they talking about? I think it's an airwave. Wouldn't you? How you doing? Let me look through all these comments here. We have Savage. Yes, you were up yesterday and something happened, like somebody took you away or you fell down or we didn't let you speak. And I think I have to fix up that when we bring up people on this channel that I am hosting, I am the speaker for Mr. Tackpans. I am the one who must keep this page in. I have to turn the dials. And since there's no dials, I have to use my mouth. And sometimes I don't choose the right words. Sometimes I'll ask you, hey, please don't talk. Be quiet. Do I say those words, or do I just put up my hand and point to number 2 and I give everybody a number? And this way, everybody, I give everybody a secret number and I'll go, number 3, please don't talk. You know what I'm saying? At least, how are you going to get mad? It's number 3. It's not you. You're actually supporting yourself. You're the supporting actor for the role that you play, for the choices you make. Have you ever made choices that you say, boy, that's a dumb choice? And when this planet was created, there were no dumb choices. The only time a choice becomes dumb is between your understanding of your choice and somebody else seeing the difference, which is not colliding, and a word dumb was created. Now, they call the dumbs is something down underneath the ground. So what would that mean if it was down underneath the ground? Does it come from a lower basin chakra? Does it come from somewhere where the rat hangs out? Is there any association to the 12 zodiac signs, whether Chinese, astrological, Western astrology, that we have it inside? Because we only have 7 chakras. But the body itself, the arc that supports, is the 9 of birth, which came to full connection through the breath on 10, 1 and 9, 2 fire signs, where Aries becomes the heart of what is the 6, becomes the extra point, making us the touchdown, the TD. The TD is also 420 and is associated to the teacher. Why is the TD associated to the teacher? It's pretty simple. Because of the T and the D. We got another book coming out here. Turn that book over. Mark July 16th. You lie, I lie, we all lie. So it is, and you know what 2025 is, right? This is the Mayan man. Here's 2025. That's 2025. Let me show it to you again. 1, 2. And I said, let me flush the darkness with light. Just like God. Did it myself. Did it myself. Did that all by myself. I put on light. Even this pen is moving all by itself. Look at that. I got Scorpio, or I got the spider. We don't have the spider. We don't have a spider. And you know there's a red spy inside of spider. And wait a second, Wilbur might be showing up. Charlotte. Okay, we got Charlotte. Now Charlotte's a chihuahua. And I don't even know how to wow the chihuahua, but since it's spelt with W-O-W, that's 565. We got the spider. Oh, yes. I'm using these hands. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. I knew it. My head was wobbling. And the lady, mama, in the AM, in the AM, you go, mama, mama. Or together it can be Emma, or we can do Dada. You know what I like about Dada and Mama is that Mama is 4114 and Dada is 4114. How is it possible that Dada is like Mama? Well, hold on a second. Hold on a second. How is Data like Mama? Amma, da. Because when I go Dada or Data, okay, first of all, it's talking about location of half the house on the entire platform. The letter T, like when you use the at sign, right? Or you spell out the word Atlan. When you spell out the word Atlan, this is the at sign, it's the AT. The AT explains one of these, a cube. So therefore, it's going to be a transmission. Some guy named DeCrassy talking about how he knows about space and everything, but yet he doesn't know the alphabet. Sorry, guy, but we have to work together. We all have to come together. No more egos and big stations. We got to work for humanity. We got to share some information that is unknown right now, that is known to everybody. Imagine you know something that you don't know because you don't know the question or the equation that makes it look like a picture in front of your face. So when I talked about Charlotte the Chihuahua, which is a dog, the house we're in is the dog house, the God house. Number 26 for the dog, number 26 for the game. We have 26 letters in the alphabet. So when you reconnect the 26, it becomes 26 and 1, 26 and 1, 26 and 1. One of the things about this is the letter S. How should we use it? The letter S has 3 dimensions to it. We can use it as a 19. We can use it as the 10. We can use it as an A1, but we can also use its reverse reality, which is H8. Now, 8 goes everywhere. 8 is everywhere. In star math and in duality, 8 is everywhere. I'll show you this. You're going to have to write it down and ask me. I don't remember everything I say I'm going to share. Okay, but I do have the answers. I come here not only with the story, but I come here with the reference. And you can do it too. What I can do, you can do, because the creator did the same thing. The in-house creator. I don't want to know about the Big Bang. I can tell you lots of stories about the Big Bang. 72, right? 7 times 2, 7 plus 2, the mother house, right? Venus, the Big Bang, 2468, got 4 times as big as it was. And then to get larger from that, right? To get 2, 4, 6, 8, and to get larger than that, we go to 64. And then we can go with 64 by 64. I don't know what that answer is, but I do know what a 4 by 4 by 4 is, right? That's going to be 64. And when you do that by 8, it equals to 512. But I won't do it by 8. I'll do it by 3, and then I'll do it by 4. I'll explain to you why. Ask me why I'm going to multiply it by 3 and 4. I'll tell you right now. It takes 1 between 2 to equal to 3. Everything begins at 3. So if everything begins at 3, the corridor for 3 is 4, and that's the reason. For the same reason as the hole in the center of this, because I'm running on a pole and I only run 4 sets at a time before I shift. And I can shift this, right? Do you know how? Do you know how we can shift this? Hexahedron, 2160. Moon diameter, 2160. 6 times 6 times 6, twice 108. 3 times or 6 times 36. 2 times or 4 times 54, the numeric value to the sun and love, where everything connects and rotates inside Rubik's Cube. 2020 makes Rubik's Cube perfect. And all the frequencies that run off of this Oh, we didn't do the bird frequencies yet. The bird is number 33 from the breath, the bird frequency, not the underwater frequency of the fish. So what happens when the air, what's it called? The higher you go and the lower you go, you're reading from a different, somewhere in here, the lungs fill with water. I just want to say that part. So what it was, just going to show off one of my pictures before I go back to read. I know I'm all over the place. So this has got enhanced. So what do you think? See this one, right? I could have did them both the same, but by doing them all different, you can see the fine line or the skeleton before it got bubbled out. This is the letter D. I bubble it out before I create a formation. Here is the opposite side in formation. See the way the heart comes in between the nose and the mouth? This is the letter I. I just tilted the bottom level of the I. I put two stairs on it. I put the D on each side. The D above almost looks like the Roman emperor. In between, I have two towers. I thought of the left hemisphere and the right hemisphere. If you notice, the spiraling of this goes up and to the right. If you notice, this goes up and to the left. The inward and upward spirals is that the bottom half of this will look like this, but the top half of this will look like this. So I'm just showing you the two sides of the under and the over, that when you go for the left and the right hemisphere, it's what is above and below, but it's moved next to each other. And in between is the vibrator right over here. When these two towers came down at 110 stories each, or what is to be 111, the top of the tower was a story to go out, was the roof. It was 111. The third tower had 47 floors. It was 11, 11, 11. It was the reconstruction of the communication systems. When this one came in, they built this tower as 104 floors, right? And when you're building 104 floors, here's your 10, 1, 0, and here's your 4. You see that 104? But the 4 floors, it's not only being built that way. Here's your 10, and here's your 4. Two mathematical equations that will come together to tell you a story. The power of the Christ is right over here. Take a look at those black dots and add them up with the straight line in between. The corner dots are going to be valued at 3. The hedge dots, right? When you hedge something in between two sides, they're going to be valued at 2. If you were looking at this in roulette, it would be a valuation of 11. Three numbers, a valuation of 11, which means if you put down a 3 to take the chance, you will get back, and if it comes in, you get 11 and a 3. So 3 and 11 is what is C and K when CK comes together, and possibly what is in the word clock or in the word jack. Now, the word jack is also something else, because if you go back in time to 1912, that's going to be 19 and 12, which will be spirit comes between alpha, beta, the halfways. Okay, so we're going to get an S and an L inside of this. We get HO. So, okay, so there was a communication transfer going on in 1912. And the reason for this is the 19. In fact, the whole 1900s was about this, when the two fire signs came together and the outside source spoke to the inside source by igniting the heart of the ace. See, here's the 7, there's no heart. Here's the 10, there's no heart, but it shows you a heart within the upper realm. Here's the ace. When I fold this in half, do you see it's on both sides? The beehive, BEE equals to 12. 12, it's very rare that you find a word with 12 in it, but there's 3 letters. That means the average is 3 and 4, telling me about the corridor. The B is also 3 letters, equaling to 81 minus 12 is 69. 69 and 12 equals to 81. So within Venus and the constellations, because Venus is only a system, it's Venus 2, Venus 4, Venus 6, Venus 8. And then when Alpha gets involved, it's Venus 3, 6, it's Venus 5, 10 connecting Capricorn between the lower realm and the upper realm. If you're not following me, I'm going to look at what I have. Everything is said. I'm going to stop putting the wood into the oven right now. I'm just going to let it settle down. Sorry about that, but when I'm connecting, I like to tell the whole story. So when we do the 3 over here, right? Here's the 3 and the 4. You see the way the 3 fits right inside the 4? It's the only card that does that. Look at that. It's right in between. Whoop, hold on a second. Okay. Also, what it is when you're putting wings together, right? You can be putting wings together like this, right? And these wings, when they come together, and it's very simple to make them. All you got to do is take it, right? And now you have wings on top of this card. See that I got wings? But it can never close the wing because you see one of these things here, the back piece? It'll never let it close, so it can never cross over. It's blocked from crossing over. So it's more like the tick-tock has been turned on this angle and it's ticking and talking this way. I have to show you this image. I look foolish. Hold on a second. See this line going on an angle, right? When you create a circle and encompass it, this is what happens. So now you have your ley line. Now, after that, what you do is you go ahead, right? And you can create another, look at that. You can create another one, right? You got the point here and you have the point here. So you already know, right? You have the point here and the point here, but not really. You're not supposed to be doing that. It is exactly precise, and that's your next move, right? Whoop, hold on a second because I'm holding this in my hand. So let me do that. Now, after you do that, now you can go ahead and grab the square. So now you're going to be exactly precise, right? So now you're going to be precise over here, over here, over here. I have no idea who this is, but let me answer this. Oui, hello? Où? J'ai pas compris. C'est quoi ça? Okay, somebody had a wrong number, okay, but the number was, oh, it just disappeared. 529, they said. Okay, so 529, you want to see something? 529 is the new heart of the new cycle. So we have this over here, right? We have this over here. Now, once I start duplicating this, now this is a new system. I don't know how it works. So if I want to start duplicating, I'm going to be doing this. I don't even know why I'm doing this right now. I shouldn't be, but I'm just going to do it quick since I'm here. All right, I'll take that. And how do I copy? Okay, copy, and then, because it's a new system, copy, paste. They never did it that way before. And now I take it this way. Now, I'm supposed to do 3 of them before I do it. And when you do 3 of them, if you do it properly and you look through it, you can see it goes and it looks like a staircase. This makes it look like a staircase. And if I hold it sideways and I draw lines, hold on, I can do it on the bottom. And I shouldn't do this. When you start drawing lines this way, right, you can see a little bit more of the cut of the dimension, but I don't want to do that either. I just want to show you how you can get to the next dimension. And with this, where is this? How come it won't duplicate it again? Hold on. Rectangle. Okay. Paste. Okay. So we got that here, but it's okay. And then we're going to go paste. And then we're going to go this here. But I'm not supposed to do it this way. I'm supposed to turn it. Hold on a second. Yeah, so this is supposed to be like this. Hold on a second, paste. And this is supposed to be like this here, right? Actually not. What actually is what I'm going to do. No, I'm not doing that. I'm doing this. And second, okay, hold on. I'm going to copy, and then I'm going to, oh, it was never this easy before. Where did it go? What happened? Oh my God, it's invisible. Now, something just happened. I don't know. Okay, let me get rid of that. Okay, let me do this again. Hold on a second. Let me take, oh no, I'm going to do it from here. Sorry. I'm going to go from here and go here. No, that's not good. Go from here. So I'm going to go like that. I'm going to go copy, and then I'm going to go paste. What happened? I didn't, the whole thing, what's going on? Okay, let me go here. Let me go rectangle. Let me go here. You see, this is a new system. I haven't learned it yet, right? So now that it's doing this, what is this? What's this? This says copy. Copy. Okay, so I take that here, and now, how do I paste? Paste. Oh, there it is. Okay, now I need to flip it, and then I put it here. And then that happens. And now, voila. Now you've got all your circles over each other. You've got your X in the center, right? Now, if you want to see that again, right, that one again, there's a couple of ways to look at it. One of the ways is, you remember I said I was going to show you, this? Well, what it is the X is 159753. So what we have, okay, is we're going to have, this is going to be fire, this is going to be air, and this is going to be air. This is going to be a cardinal sign, this is going to be a cardinal sign, this will be a mutable sign, this will be a mutable sign, this will be a fixed sign, call it number 74, G-D. Okay, this one over here, oh, and it's all the 5, 14, 23, 32, right, equals to that. But there's more to do with this. This is all your communication and power, right? Because this one over here is the one that splits the house. It's like a hidden number. So here what we do is we do that. If you want to look at it on one form. The other way we can do this is like that. We put a cross inside of this over here. What was originally a single cube, okay, and what was originally, okay, a single cube, and what was originally, whoop, I didn't do that right, right, a single cube, and then there were 8 individual cubes. They came in and they made a separation in between all these cubes. There's the lower house also because we have thickness over here. It's a 2 by 2 by 2, 8 area. They came in and they shoved in a 19 area space to occupy it. By 6 equals 114 interference. And this is, and I won't continue the word of what the word is. And it also reaches into the RH negative blood. But we're going on a break right now, like I said. And I'm going to be back for questions, everything else. I'm not putting anything down on the plate anymore. I'm stopping. If you just want to know, if you do artwork, if you do plumbing, if you do electricity, if you're a painter or you know how to study your hand, if you're a dentist or a doctor, different maneuvers in order to hold yourself steady, in order to see, in order to angle yourself within the body, to know what body part you're at, if it's electricity, if you're a painter in colors. I was looking for something on here that I did that I really liked. I did it yesterday in my video. I'm going to tell you what it is. I'm not finding it right now, right? I'm not finding it right now. 104 stories, right? 10-4 communication in the single tower. What is 49? That's our ID, but it's not just 49, right? It's 64. This is where Elon Musk comes in. 64 is 3113, 11 by 11 by 11. Represents number 8. It's a multiple of 7. It's 4 and 9 is 13, a representation of 13, also a representation of 7. 1 and 6 is equal to what is 4 and 9, the upper house and the lower house. Why do I say that? First of all, we're going to see that the 1 and the 6 is opposite. Then we're going to see that 1 and 6 is over here. Now, if there's a 5 difference here, 6 minus 1 is 5, 4 plus 5 is 9. 9 and 4, 13 equates to 6 and 1 is 7. You can't see what you don't know because it hasn't been shared. There aren't really any equations that equate to these numbers. When Terrence Howard is working, he shows no reference. Why? Why? Patent this and patent that, and patent this and patent that. For everything that will come out of this channel, there will be no patent. And you can take it home. Everything is to take home. Everything is so that we can do this at home. If you're talking about having your own treasure wallet, well, we can connect the treasure wallet, hook it up for all the new stuff everybody's doing in the system, or put it into a game so we can all go into the game, add to the game where nobody cheat. The only cheat in the game is when you share nothing in the game and you only use it for yourself. But guess what? If you don't share within the game, you get knocked off of that level in the game, and the game's only going to be about numbers, alphabet, the words. We're going to take the whole dictionary and put it in the game, and then we're going to take the Quran and put it in the game, and we're going to take the St. James Bible and put it in the game. We're going to take English, French, and Spanish and put it in the game. We're going to take yellow, orange, red, and all the colors that are on Rubik's Cube. We're going to put that in the game. We're going to shove binary code into the game. We're going to understand how these cycles work between 1 through 21. So we need 21 rungs inside the game based on the cubic, but also this cube, not only does it say 21 dots, right? But it also has what is 5.5 to this. There are 33 void, okay? And 21 dots, which is 3.5. Now the 33 void on 6 sides is 5.5. That is your sky pass inside the void. 33 void to 21 dot, and this is on the first, this is only on the first level. 5.5 times 6, 3.5 times 6. We're going to get back to the I need a 5-minute break. I'm coming back. I'll answer questions, bring people up. I don't want to go any further. Let's just take a break. Right light? It's my right light. So I'll show you a picture of me. This is when I used to smile. That's my grandfather with that stern face. I think he knew best. I'm not sure what's in there, but that fish is number 42. I used to hang out on the lake every single weekend. Right? We always went somewhere 5 o'clock in the morning. 5 o'clock in the morning, used to get up, go do that. My grandfather passed away in 88. It's 37 years. The first portal is passed on by. And I take over from the words he last left to me was, I left you something special. 27 years, it was 17 years after his passing, I understood what it was. And I'm doing it today. I'll be back in a few minutes. If you want to just listen to some music, I'll put on in the background. But I definitely need a 2-minute break. And I don't believe, personally, because of this work I'm doing, okay, whoever you think of is still there, because we don't understand what that huge separation is, or because A, we can't communicate the way we normally are supposed to communicate. This is what it's dictating to me, because I can see that everything we've ever been taught is only a a little spring. You know, it's just like the Asian letters, those characters. That's what we should be understanding. And when we look at angles, there's depth through it. There's depth. I can see it. They never taught you about this, right? The crisscross of the numbers. So we're going to leave this on. Yeah, I wanted to show you that one piece. I will show you that one piece on this break here. I'm all pumped out. Yeah, you know what? Let me just get that phone also. So we're going to look at that, right? So just give me a sec. Whoop. Hold on a second. Hold on. I just want to move some things around. Whoa. So I did the original, right? I did the original. And then I just asked AI if they can just buff me up a little bit. So sort of working together. So we're going to take that 2-minute break, just 2 quick minutes. So just going to take 2 minutes. Just give me 2 minutes. So the last thing I wanted to put you on, for those if you have 2 minutes, is get out a Rubik's Cube, look at the opposite colors. Okay, and then go to ChatGPT and say to ChatGPT, show me the harmonics. I don't know how it works off of piano or whatever, but show me the harmonics of these colors crisscrossing each other as you're turning the cubes around, right? And all these harmonics are in your hand, and all these those who can do the Rubik's Cube are actually dancing to the zodiac directly. There's a difference in this house. 12 and 13 is that difference. For some reason, okay, the woman is the 12 and she doesn't need the bypass. What is it that the man needs that the woman doesn't need? The seed of creation for the breath and reception, through the heart and the lung association. They gave us the tools. They gave us the information. How will we put the book together? I'm looking to put a book together. I'm looking to put a program together. I'm looking for someone to come and create a program with this. There's a lot of information. There's a lot of equations, and how it dances, how it orchestrates itself in this place we live. Even up to the beaver, which is, the beaver will be 5 cents in Canada. The beaver and the sailboat. Is the dimension. Is it Tion or Sion? Zion. And the beaver is, what is your, no, this is not the way. Let me see if I can do this. Here. There's many ways to do this. I'm just doing it this way right now. You're going inside the beaver house and underneath, but you're actually just crossing over. When I complete this design, okay, I don't know if I'm going to do it now. I'm going to get the letter H and the letter I coming together, where you're the one who joins the association of the heavens. When you sleep and you put your legs up, your legs going up crosses over. We are all noted to be what is 6 foot minimum. The passing aura of us goes all the way around. And it reaches out. I'm not sure what the extension outside our body is, right? It might be 18, between, I believe 16, or let's go from 14 to 18 inches. One of them is because of the foot. And what is, oh yes, one of them is because the ounce equals to 16 ounces. The grams, I need 28 grams for 16 ounces. 12 and 16 is 28. So therefore the missing part is 16. When this is missing, what is 12? 12 connects to 4. They're purple. That means red and blue come together. Red and blue is hot and cold. Hot, red, Republican, blue, cold, Democratic, demolition, Republican, the two moons of Mars, Demas and Phobos, demolition and repossession. Write that down, play that back, remember the time that it was in. This is why we're all here. I need everybody here, everybody writing things down. I can't do this myself. I don't remember. If there's 1 million people out here watching these videos and putting all this information together, maybe we can have a broader sense of the reality of our alphabet and the words we speak today. Yeah, sorry for that rant. Just give me 2 minutes. I'm gonna get some hot water. Okay, so where are we gonna go next? Let's see who's down here. How many comments did I miss? Just let me back this up. Yeah, sorry for being so far behind. I must be here an hour. Yeah, nobody has time, right? So let me see. Thank you, Savage. I don't know if you're here, but I can't answer you right now. Thank you, Immortal. I think we got to the end. Thank you, Stardust. Okay, I got to the end of this. I can wipe the screen down. Ooh, it's hot in here, eh? Oh, I'm boiling up some water. Somebody asked me about ape. You know, I wrote down the word ape. Ape is 22. Monkey is 83. So 83 equals 2, 8 and 3, 11. We have gorilla at 74. And we have orangutan at 111. What else do we have? So these numbers here, the heart of 360, or the heart of 36 numbers, when you add up, this one equals to 45. Let me turn this over. More fun to watch me write, no? 1 through 9 equals to 45. So then we're going to have 10 through 12 equals to 36. 54 love, made up with the numbers 15, 12, 22, and 5. 6, 3, 4, 5. The reverse alphabet is 4, 5, 13, and 12. 3, 3, 6, 4, 5. And that is the word L. L-O-V-E. Numeric value, 54. Reduced value, 3 by 6 equals to 18. 3 plus 6 equals to 9. 9 plus 18 equals to 27. 9 for the minus side. 5 times 4 equals to 20. Plus 9 equals to 29. And it equals to 11 to the minus side. 9, 11. 9, 11. 27 represents red. 29 represents black. That's the way the roulette wheel is set up. So we have 54, and we have love, and we have 60, this over here, right? Now, how about this? P16, E05, because it's the second letter, right? That's why I'm doing that. So the N is 14, right? And then we have the number 1, right? And then we have the number 5. PEN, proton, electron, neutron. Vibrating. Okay, they're vibrating at 432. Now, when they vibrate at 432, where are they vibrating from? They're vibrating from within their creation. Is it between what is in between what is 1 and 5 is 432? So are they vibrating with inside the fire? Or can we actually have like the number 3 over here, right? And everything passes through 3 to go what is 3, 4 to what is 3, 2. And when you add on to that 1, you have 1, 2 to what is 5, 4. Now, the 45, or how about VAG equaling to silver to begin with? So the web starts with silver. So that can be Charlotte's web. Where do I see silver in this? Right over here. 22, which is the number 4, which is the completion, okay, to what is 6. ABC association to the connection of the proton, the electron, the neutron, 6 of each. So if we have 6 of each to what is 4, I'll get 12 here. I'll have 18 here, the letter L and the letter R, perhaps left and right. I don't know. What is 2 times 6? What is 3 times 6? Again, back to communication. So when we run this over here, we get the word over here, VAG. AG is silver. It's also what is 7 and 1, or what can be 77 and 88. How do we get this? 7 times 1 equals to 7. 7 plus 1 equals to 8. I do this twice. Why? Because I have 2 doors. I have 2 doors. When I have 1, 2, 3, 4 areas and 4, here's 1 door. There's 8 areas. And now we have the second door. And there's 8 areas. When I connect up these 2 doors with the cube, okay, it'll connect up to what is 7 of 8 of what is 7 and 8. Not happy that I did that, but it looks ugly, right? Looks ugly to my eyes. I got to just get rid of that and just go like that and just go away. Goodbye. Just make that patch up, okay? Still want to see the lines. Okay, so, yeah. Oh, no, I'm white. Look, I must be white. See, that's white. That's white. What color am I? Look, white. We've got a problem. If they get out a police report and they say I was white, I'd have to paint myself. Oh my God, I'm not white. Don't call me that, please. I'm a little piggy. Okay, so where'd that go? Okay, put that in here. So yeah, so we had those sections connecting up the two doors. Another thing I was going to mention, yes, I wanted to talk about the letter B, right? We're going to talk about what if I did this for B, right? What if I just had this for B? That was the top part of B, and that was the bottom part of B, right? What if I cut part of B in half? What if I cut part of B in half and I'd end up with that? First it was B, but I cut part of it off. So that would be, I'm only 3/4, right? I'm only 3/4 of my reality. If you know what I'm saying, this is part of the reflection. If you want to see my full reflection, we'll just go back like this. There'd be R and R, right? Be 3/4 and 3/4, making me 1.5 times my reality. 1.5 times 4 equals to what is 6. So anyways, yeah, because we have to connect, right? We have to connect the breath. We have to connect the electric. So over here, we have 22 and 8 equals to what is 40. And then we have Ina, which is 23 and 1 equals to, 7, 8, 8 and 22 is 30. Ina is 24. The total of Ina is 54. So you get from the proton, the electron, the neutron that runs the healing vibration of the earth in between the fire signs, right? Or in between what is the fixed and the cardinal sign. You end up at the end, that's the male. This is end up the male, right? Because the male delivers the male. That's why we need that moon out there in order to deliver that male. And I'd like to know what the alternative source is, because you can't create in the house unless you get the source from the outside. So we've been, I gotta look a little deeper in this. And then the female over here, so 5436. The numeric value for Venus is 81, just to let you know. Another thing to let you know, that this number 29 is also the sun, and noted to be what is the IT system. This is the letter IT. So it becomes the IT and then the IR. It's IR and RT. But this says rice. I don't know what it means. Is that because why we have the two R's? Let me see that again. I'm questioning myself right now, a little bit. I'm questioning myself. So this having two eyes, and I can have two eyes, because what it means is I joined the ring of fire, you joined the ring of fire, I and I equaling to 18. 18 equals to what is E. I and I, 18 equals to E when they come together. AEIOU. So if I wanted to do the reverse of AEIO, so the E perhaps comes to the O, but the I is the heart. So on one side, we'll have the E. On the other side, we're going to have the O. AEIOU. AEI, fire, 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 to what is fire, to what is mutable, what is an earth sign, and then coming into possibly Aries, or a combination of, Pisces, or a combination of Aries and Taurus. The 21st letter, 21 dots on the cube. So I'm going to turn this camera over, see what's going on the other side, so I can breathe, just breathe, just a little bit. How's everybody doing? Hi, Tanya. Hi, Tanya Lynn. How you doing? Just going to see what's going on. If anybody wants to come up, if anybody has any questions, do not hesitate. How you doing, Kate? 8 late. Kate is deciphering. I can tell Kate's a bull. Uloda, ULO, 3336. 3336, So when you put like in Yoda, and also in Yoda, because the two L's in Spanish will translate into a Y, so you'll have Yoda inside of that. Yoda is part of the student-teacher combination. This comes from the 25th
letter, which is reversed to the house of bait, which has been reduced to 1.5, that when you chop the letter B, it turns into an R. Is it all flagrant? You tell me. Are the emojis that are being shared by the Masonaries and Illuminatis believable, unbelievable, true or not true? What are you believing? What are you believing? I'm showing you the same reality with a direct connection to the reason for its existence. Male and female, the female and the sex organ on this cube have two duplicates. When you see the 3, it's going to be a 6 void. When you see the 6, it's going to be a 3 void. When you combine 3 and 6, you're going to alternate to the 145. When I alternate to the 145, as we just spoke before, the 145 is what is 1 times 4, 1 plus 4 to equal to 4 and 5. That in this situation, as I mentioned before, the ace splits into 2 houses. And now you have the connection between them. The 1 fits into the 5 position. The 1 is at the heart of the 5 position. So it's no longer what it is, but 4 times what it was. This one brings life to all, or is life of all. Thank you for the blue heart. I like the blue heart way over the red heart. Thank you for the green monster. That green monster matches the same color over here. You know, this whole place that's painted, if you take a look, this is all oil paint. There's only 1 bedroom with regular paint. And I'll tell you one thing, I did not have the same vision when I was painting with the regular paint over the oil paint. The oil paint seemed to leave me more shadow lines. A lot of the shadow lines were here. As I was painting, for some reason, I kept seeing her, oh, draw here, go here, go here. And I'm just like, okay, and stop bossing me around. My foot hurts from standing on the chair. You know, I wonder if that gash is still here on my leg. Oh yeah, it's still here. I once fell through my chair, and on those round chairs, they have these little pieces, and my leg went into it, made like rip right through it. And I go, man, I need a picture of that. That's like in this life, I got all kinds of pictures of damage that I did to this body. You know, and it repaired itself. It said, if I can repair myself, you got some brains, you can repair yourself. People want to know why I talk about numbers. I go, why are you checking what's on the bill? Now the word check, right? Check in, check out, write a check. Check off, checklist. So, yeah, so let's see what's up here. So I mentioned I was going to talk about the letter L and the letter W. What would you like to talk about? I'm very interested in what others have to talk about. How do we want to extend our minds? I can go into the L and the V, you know, but I prefer to have others come up with their desires to be better understood. Let me see what I can do over here. Yeah, so what it is I'm going to go, this person here, this is not my work, just to let you know, this is not my work. This work here comes from, and you can go check out his channel because this has a direct connection. Just let me see something. Whoa. Oh, here it is. I found it. Check this out. I don't know if you'll be able to see it if I'm not here or not. First of all, this is 12 area spaces, okay? This is 12 area spaces. This here are colors. If I can bring together some musicians, those who know about colors, vibrations, also musicians. I don't know how they put this together, where Kaf, Hey, Sadiq come in to what is B, C. You see D, the way it gets split? Because it's the corridor. You see the B over here? Because it's 2 times B equaling to 4. You see the numbers in C? Because we live in the canine, the pound key. C and K are actually the same letters, right? But it's just on a different dimension. This is in the house of, the C is in the house of alpha. The K is in the house of beta. It means there has to be a double K, creating a star. When you create the star, you're going to create what I understand. I'm going to show you what I understand. Okay. According to the cubes, this over here did not come in here. What happened in here? Whoop, that's not the right design. But I'm going to show you another part of this. This and this is the same thing. I'm going to take this off and show it to you. Hold on a second. Oh, no, it's not what I want. If you notice, there's three. If you notice, there's three. All I did is put 3 here and 3 here. I encompassed an area space. Now it looks like this. This one is not like this one. Here is just a division of everything. What happens with this and this is the top right one this one is a 329, a 3327. This one is a 248. 2 by 2 area here, 4 area space. It's one here, it's one here with an area space and area space left over. Call it the void. The 8 is because when you go 2 by 2, right, by 2, it creates an 8 area block. When you finish the other one, it creates the same thing, except in this one, you end up with your SIM card. The corner has been cut off in order to create the cube. We can do it both ways. And create it this way. But you want to see something really funny? Is all I have to do is to put 2 squares over each other and they will look like this. 2 ways here, 2 ways here. You might think it's not the same, right? But here we have 1 and 6. Here we have 5 and 2. Not the same. Not the same. So now when we do this one over here, let me turn this around. So when we got this one over here, right, this is not the same as this. Sorry, this one was not right, what I did here. This one was wrong. It should have been this one, which is a 1, right, which is a 1 to the power of 1. And then it gets encompassed over here, right, with a 3 to the power of 2 and 3 to the power of 3 when we go out and we create that. And if you notice, there's a line in between here, like that. Notice in this one, the triangle stays like this, but this one does not. See the automatic way of the shin? You leave the empty space here. When I turn it the other way, and I don't have to do it this way. What I can just do, I think I can just go ahead, right, and do it this way, and then do this to it if I want. See the way I move that all around? See the way we get the double shift what's inside of it? This is what, see the way one here is in the corner, one is over here, and then I can shift it down here if I want. So this is where the Earth cube comes in. This is the 27. This one over here is the 27. This one over here is the 8. 8 and 27 equals to 35. The heart of the cube is 3.5. 3 times 6 equals to 18. 3 plus 6 equals to 9. This cube joins this cube. How does it join it? It joins it like this. It will occupy it's going to occupy this area space. The thing is, oh yeah, if anybody wants to send me a bag of these Faber-Castell, like these, red, blue, yellow, not a bag, I'm looking for 2 or 3 of these. Some of these are also a different kind of Faber-Castell. I like them. Or the yellow one or the blue one. I also like these. I have other ones, but I have a ton of the other ones. These are a little bit harder to get. So when you do, my God, maybe not this one. Well, they're so old, right? They're so old, they're just breaking apart. So the thing is right now is this. You see that over there? That's the part that has to be understood, is that when you run it, right, into 3D, you're covering this spot here. But then when it's running to 3D, it's running itself out this way. And then it's running itself out this way. And then it's shooting through the cube. And then we can do the same thing here. This is not the only one we can do. The other one that we're going to do, okay, is going to be here. The next one we're going to do, I hate these pens. I hate these pens. Whoop, that's wrong. Sorry. I dislike. I don't like them. So then we do that, right? We have the center again. We're going to take the center again. And then what we're going to do is we're going to do the same wrap. This one's not bad, right? I'm just a little picky, but I don't know what it is. So you got that one there. And then we can do our last one. I like to call this the Mercury, right? Madame Curie, Mercury. You know, the Madame Curie goes along with the pick, which goes along with the spade and the shovel. And it goes along for our health care, right? The Mercury. Also, Mercury is the first. It goes along with Aries, right? Is that what turned us into the lamb? That made us heavy? Is it that Mercury inside of you, right? Doesn't matter what amount it is. You know that it doesn't join anything else. It's on its own. It weighs you down. Did you know that? Read up on it. Check it out. The worst thing that ever happened to us got a Nobel Peace Prize. Imagine that, eh? Nobel Peace Prize for something that makes us weigh 10 times as much. Something that doesn't dissolve. Just beautiful. Just beautiful, Madame Curie. We love you. We love you. We love you, Einstein, for creating all those bombs bursting in air and singing that national anthem. We love you. We love you all that go to fight for our country. We love you. Why can't you just stay home and love your wife and son? Why do you have to leave to love everybody else but your family? We just love you. So yes, these are the 4 different movements what go inside with what is A, B, C, D. How is that possible? Well, not in this one here. I'm not going to do it in this one here because these designs are not in here. So I'm going to give you the basics of this. This one here is ABD. This one here is BCF. This one here I didn't do. So this one here doesn't count. This one here is DGH. You know, when the GH or the PH come together, it's a laugh sound. It's an F sound. It equals to what is either 15 or 24. The O and the X. Anybody ever hear that the Lord, the Aleph is the ox or the oxen, right? The oxygen, right? The Lord is within the G, the gateway of the oxygen of what 1 times 5, 1 plus 5 is 11 and 14 is where the letters N and K come in. Knock, knock, I can hear you calling. I'm breathing, opening up that door, that airwave. Yes, it is. Nice airwave. So here we have DHG. Over here we have F, H, and I. I'm going to do a last one because I'm not going to Alaska, right? The last one, a last one. And then we're going to do this. And let me see what we're missing here. I did that one. I did that one. Wait a second. 1, 2. Oh, I did all 4 of them. How's that possible? Okay. So this one over here is going to equal 4, 5, 6. This one equals 7. This one will equal 6, 9, 11. This one is going to equal to 6, 14, 23. This one over here is going to equal to 8, 7, 15, 19. Okay, I never did this before, or I have, but I've never really matched this out. Just to let you know that on a cube, right, if I do that here, I must do it here and here and here and here and here. And it's 3 opposite sides. So this is going to equal to 42 and 21, which is half. This is going to equal to 22. Let's go 33. Let's go 44. Actually, and then we can go up to 66, right? And then this one over here, we can go to 138, 138, right? But if I did it only 3 times, we'd make it to 69. If we did this one, we'd reach 57. We'd be on the moon right now. So this is one way to do it. There are other ways to do this that when I join this one with this one, what I'll be doing is joining 1 with 9 equals to 10. But I'm not going to do that right now. I just want to turn this around. It's really hot holding this machine in my hand. I'm just going to see who's here. I'm going to take questions. I'm just going to stop it here right now and come back at possibly 1 o'clock, or I might be coming back here about 3 o'clock, but from another time zone. I'm going to watch the dogs. So right now I'm going to be taking questions. I'm a little tired. So what can we do? Doing okay. It's interesting what comes out. Okay. Yes. So thank you for all the hearts and everything. So there's just a lot of intricate stuff. I mean, I learn every single day. I don't know where all the stories lie. And there's also other deeper stories into those who know the folklore of Aries or the folklore of the planets, and also hidden in the music, the rock and roll in the 60s, 70s, 80s, etc., and all the different genres of movies and programmation. These are all dictations of our reality. It's what we're living through. But to understand this all, I have to go to where there's no discussion. 1 is 1, 2 is 2, 3 is 3. But now, is 1 1? Is 1 1? Wow, it's missing. So is 1 1, or is it 6 and 4 equals to 10, 1 plus 0 equals to 1? 1 comes between 2 equaling to 3. Should I just say I pull back the pinball machine, it hits it, and the ball goes into play. 1, 2 doesn't count anymore, but the ball in play is all of what 3 it got in. It took 1 and 2 to bring the ball in play. That's what we needed onto the pinball machine, and now you're going through life. I forgot to count that the pinball, and now the flippers, right? So I have to mark flipper. Which brings us into this. Somebody was telling me yesterday that the V is what makes the W, and I said, I believe it's the L that makes the W. L and L equal this. This is a heart area. If you're going to create a heart area, you're going to have a split area that runs between. So if I run a split area between, when you crisscross an L over each other, you create this. Warner Brothers did the same thing. Las Vegas does the same thing. When you connect the channel, and when it runs through the channel, you communicate with both sides. The same thing with a core or a pole. If you have a pole and you're winding on the pole, how many years can I wind around before I reach the top of the pole? Since we have 12 zodiac signs, I'll run 12 inches. Since the first yard is 36 inches, I must run the pole 3 times, then cross over the yard. The 4th time, going over to the other side would be 48 inches. Do you follow what I'm saying? Because of our leap year. But yet our leap year seems to be running in 16 years. That's right. It's 1461 times 4 equals to 5844. Minus 5760 equals to 84. And that's your cycle of, the difference is the cycle of Uranus. And guess what? The cycle just ended. And it ended in 2025. That 84 of Uranus is also the same moon cycle, 3 by 28. It's the same cubic cycle, which is 4 by 21. So the 84 years minus 30 years equals to 54, equals to coming to the IT system, the heart of the sun, the female. This is in 2030, but we don't have to come back to that the same way as when we began. When you begin, you need the father and the mother. But once you're in the game, you can leave all by yourself. You follow what I'm saying? Coming into the game. What should we put on the TikTok shop? How does that work? I don't understand. I can't understand something I've never checked out. I'd like to know where my phone is for a second. Oh. Yes, so I was going over these harmonics. And this comes from Rubik's Cube. So this has to be entered into the game. I don't know much about this. Now, are we living inside a system that runs exactly like Rubik's Cube? If we're inside that, we possibly can be inside an area space inside the sun that they call the moon, right? Mars has 2 moons. Earth has 1 moon. 102 energy mass, okay? 201 is a representation of the word Valentine. 210 is a representation of the count of 1 through 20. 120 is a representation of the count of 1 through 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 equals to 15. E, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which is B and F, equals to 20. 210, what is B and F? The reverse side of the cube is what is 2, 6 to what is the opposite of 1, 5. In the house of Bait, 2 and 6, 20. When you have the cube sitting up with the 6 at the top, there's a total of 20. The 1 is at the bottom. 220 is also 2 circuits of 110. Actually, it starts at 108. The dartboard has 20 area spaces. So the difference between, so with the darts, 1 through 20, the 20th letter is T, the 15th letter is O. The 20 minutes in hockey, which is the thirds, to what is 15 minutes in some other sports, running the 60 minutes by quarters and thirds. So if you can have a quarter, you can have a 3/4 and a 1/2. If you have a third, you can have 2/3. The bar mitzvah and the bat mitzvah coming in into the hockey game on ice. The T and the O, yes, 2 through 6. Let me explain. Yes, 62. 62 is the queen. Also the game. 51 is a connection to Jesus Christ and Mars. Also matter and energy. We spoke about the, I'm going to get back to that, to those 2 L's. The 2 L's equals to 24, yet the W is the 23rd letter. It just so happens that the corridor between one side and the other side is 12 and 12. When you join them together, we only need one connection for both sides. It's a split connection, right? It's a split connection for both sides. So what we can do is when we do this, I'm going to see if I can do this properly. Crisscross here, here. It's over here. It's the nose. The nose is the way through. They add 1 onto here, bumping 12 into the only connection. This is going to go from this side to this side to this side to this side. The continuous, connection all the way down. And then what we're going to do is we're going to do it the other way. Creating power to a bridge. And when you look at that, it shows you running this way. 1 over to 5 is 4, to 9 is 4, fire, fire, fire. 2 over to 6, when I'm jumping over, I jump from Earth to Earth in Virgo, from Taurus to Virgo, from Aries to Leo over to Sagittarius. Here I jump into Cancer, I go from Cancer to Scorpio. I go from the cardinal signs to the fixed signs to the mutable signs. But when I run these signs, now I need the air sign, take a check. The air sign goes the complete opposite way. The air wave that connects the 3 fire signs, I'm jumping through the hoop of fire. Remember, this moves. Whatever I do one way, I do the other way. But there are calculations on here that don't exist because they're on here. You have to do the work. You can't find anything past A, B, C, D, E. After that, you have to do the reverse reality of this. So if you're looking for a mathematical equation, you can't find it unless you know. That meant that's not true. You don't actually need this. You just have to know that you need to work with the 9 numbers, right? And then also you have to know to work in groups of 4s and groups and 3s. You have to work in all the groups, right? To understand the interior of a group because it's a pyramid with inside its own house. Then you bring the pyramids together and now you have a big square. Pyramids are all triangles. You bring them together to create a square. And so we had the same thing with magnetism and frequency. Units become a shot. So what I'm talking about is already existing. So you can see that we can talk to ChatGPT and get some trueness that we need. How we put the pieces together That's up to us, but it won't lie about the truth. You know what I'm saying? It's not lying about the truth. What it does make a lot of errors in, maybe I'm changing the page all the time, is I keep teaching it about ABC, and I say to it, I need you to add me this up, and the result is not right. Oh yeah, okay. I'm gonna check that out after this. So I'm gonna end the video right now. I much appreciate it. I really, really do. And I like to give myself a tap on the back that I've been here for 20 years. And right at the beginning, I had no idea what was going on. If I knew what was going on, I would be way more healthier today. Okay, if I understood eating habits, right? If I understood different personalities, I would learn how to be more direct with people, in which I'm not. I am not direct with people, right? I have an agenda, and I'm always afraid to tell people that I have that agenda, because when I am direct with a lot of people, everybody thinks you're doing it on purpose. Oh, you're doing it on purpose. You don't want to come in tomorrow. You're doing it on purpose. You don't want to be here. You're doing it on purpose. You're doing it. It's all these things that people have their own agendas. So when you're not there to fulfill somebody else's agenda, you can't be doing it on purpose. According to 1 million flights, okay, there have been 1 million flights in the last, I'm not sure how many days, right, in the air. And everybody keeps repeating the same thing. There might be a problem with it. I might be totally wrong, but they say when the airbag drops, right, put it on yourself first. Save yourself first before you go ahead and share with others, because you have no idea what kind of energy you're going to be sending out to the other people unless you understand your own discourse and the discourse that came to this house we entered into. Who's going to teach us, and who says my word is better than yours? So maybe we'll end up this song. I like this song to end up this session right now. 11:21, which is also what is 81 minutes. 121 is 81 minutes, represents Venus. I like to do time in many different ways. We're not going to go through this now. No. I got to be quiet. Just give me a second. Hold on a second. I'm just trying to look for it here.
You can pretty much take it all. Fridges, dishwashers, dressers, drawers, couches, mattresses, bed frames, concrete, things like that. Same day notice or 3 weeks in advance. That's what you get behind professionals. It's good to know you're making
I'm looking for it.
paper and cardboard out of the job, and we sort through it.
Oh, here it
Throwing
is.
the stuff in the dirt, you're actually that's good.
Here's a rough draft of your song, blending your thoughts into a rhythmic and lyrical form. What do I want to know? Tick tock, the clock never stops. Telling me to send hearts, telling me to drop, telling me to share, telling me to sign. Every word checked like the tame in my mind. Was it like this 80 years ago? New words, new rules, what do we really know? History whispers, but does it repeat? Or are we just numbers marching to the beat? What do I want to know? Who's pulling the strings? Is it the church, the state, or the kings? Are we just cogs in a system so grand? Or architects shaping the lay of the land? 3 time turns in its dance. Zodiac shifts, is it fate or just chance? The chicken lays eggs, the cycle repeats. Numbers and patterns beneath all our feet. Am I old or just wide awake? Are my thoughts too deep or is this all fake? I've heard stories, I've seen the signs, but tell me, have you opened your mind? What do I want to know? Who's pulling the strings? Is it the church, the state, or the kings? Are we just cogs in a system so grand? Or architects shaping the lay of the land? Hi, I'm Mr. Defam, here to explore anomalies, questions, and so much more. So tell me now what's on your mind. Let's write the song of the undefined. Now, for the visual representation, I'll generate an image reflecting these themes, questions, anomalies, time, control, and cycles. Stay tuned. What do I want to know? Who's pulling the strings? Is it the church, the state, or the kings? Are we just cogs in a system so grand? Or architects shaping the lay of the land? Hi, I'm Mr. Defam, here to explore.
Yeah, so we're gonna basically end it on that. If you have any questions for the next time I come up, write them down. I'll let you know when I'm looking at the screen, so you don't have to type it in and lose your breath and feel like two bulls just ran their horns into each other. Just want to show you some of my equipment I work with. This is a put together. So if I was in the outside world working for a company right now, getting paid $27 an hour, this took me almost an hour to make, plus the blocks, right? Probably cost me about $1.50, plus the postage and handling to send it, probably be worth $40. Look, it even has a string, no strings attached. Oh, I'm sorry about that. You know what I'm saying? How expensive have things gotten today? We are the laborers. So I'm a laborer. I did it at home. I can probably pick this up for $3 at the dollar store or something like this that'll hold my, right? Because this is for my phone. That's what it's for. But I needed it, you know, I could make this nicer. I was just fooling around, you know, when I did this. So, and then I even have, you know, the suit comes off in the back to switch to tank. So then we have another one over here, but this one's lower. That's for the iPad. The phone doesn't go into this one. It wasn't made for the phone because TikTok makes you stand it up. Why? Possibly because they can't turn the lines with inside the back, and that's why it's so clear. Compared to any other social media, for me, this is the clearest because, I mean, I can see with the paint, you know. If those of you want to just take a little walk around the house, over here, if you like to help support so that I can continue producing, even though I'll never stop, right? I can just really use it. So I put all these eyes because everything is multiple dimensional. Halloween is on the 304th day of the year, connecting the portal. On the 305th day of the year, it turns into, sorry, in the 305th day of the year, 30.5. This is where 7557, the moon hooks up on Valentine's Day. The 29th day of February creates a 63, the 29th day of February has 63 days to connect to April 1st, which is a communication day. It's 3 cubes, 3 by 21. So I just made all this. This one over here, I like to think of the pineal gland when I look at this one, and also Aries. This is like one of my first ones, my favorite one. And then we have, what's it called? Cerbère, right? Is that what it is? The Cerbère over here. All the eyes on the dog. Dog showing you dimension. You understand? The dog and the cat, the association for communication. Whoa, I almost dropped it on the floor. Anyways, we're going to end it here. Thank you for joining my channel. Like I said, there's a link in my bio if you like to help out, pens, pencils, and stuff. But I only like what I use. We have this one over here. That's Mr. 88. 88 is actually joining two hearts together, the diamond in between, or the passage between the, what do you want to call it? I don't remember. I'm tired. All hexagons, right? But when you separate the hexagons above and below, bring them together, separate them apart, create a new letter. Just trying to see what else is there. And I can put all this stuff in the store. Oh, yes. This is also another way to draw the I letter, right? Because it's skeleton. The I is what splits between. It gives it a breath space for the nose. This is what they're looking at. And then I have the left and the right side. This is also the fleur-de-lis, and it's also the Aries. It's the same sign. They're all the same thing. It's a line and just different ways to bubble it out, right? That's all it is. That was for my brother-in-law who passed away a couple of years ago, for his son who got very sick. So I put that up. And this is to carry away the cancer. So imagine I'm carrying away a cancer with a snail, okay, and a tortoise. So what is the tortoise's back? Because I painted that. So let me take this off here. By the way, this one's also for sale. I didn't do it. A friend of mine did. When you look at it, if you look at it really close, it like, I think what I said is we should just be spinning this. You know what I'm saying? I said we should just sell it like that. We're into the blue seas. The skies are getting rough. We have to watch out for the oceans. Oh no, it's just a picture. Or how about that? Just like swinging it around. Whoa. Okay, I'm sorry about that. Imagine if you were in the White House. So yeah, so there it is, right? So what you see is the snail is carrying over off the turtle, right? That's not the snail's back. That belongs to the turtle. The turtle has a little number 8 in the center. The turtle represents the moon cycles. Therefore, it's telling me again, it's not the first time it's told me that the moon is all wrong in my artwork. You want to talk about the bears and the bulls, right? This is where the bears and the bulls, and there's the mediator in between. You see the way the snake, right, looking behind her eyes, seeing what the bear is doing, right? But the eyes are peeled on the bull here to go to the stock market. Now we've got the Pantheon snake right over here. Right here, the Pantheon snake also looks like a monkey. Then we have the elephant, right? The elephant up there. And then I connected the elephant to a bent thumbnail. You see the bent thumb over here? That's your thumb turns into a mountain. And we have the duck swimming in the water. And oh yes, and they're trying to cross. You know, these over here, these here, right? They're trying to cross the bridge of fire. See the 6s over here? I don't know what it is. Not really sure what it is. I'd have to turn around and study it. But anyways, yeah, thank you very much for watching. Oh yes, this is Mr. ID again, another idea.